Alright, what's going on guys, Rising here, and today I'm bringing you guys a video showcasing some of the weapon changes that happened yesterday within Advanced Warfare. Yesterday was a big day for Advanced Warfare. We have weapon balancing, score streak adjustments, you're able to actually buy supply drops now. There's a lot of changes to Advanced Warfare, but today I'm just going to pretty much, I guess, showcase some of the weapon balancing updates that happened yesterday. Some of the more important ones or notable ones, the big significant changes. So if you guys want to, hit that like button. It definitely helps the channel grow. And if you guys are new, you guys could possibly subscribe. That would definitely make my day. But let's go ahead and hop right into some of the weapon balancing, some of the more important ones that I can actually see on this list. Probably maybe even 20 plus weapon changes that happened yesterday within Advanced Warfare. Some of them were just on specific weapons, and some of them actually changed whole classes. So I'm just going to go ahead and sit down and give you guys a rundown on the more important ones, and give you guys, I guess, a little heads up or tip on some of the weapons that you probably should be using now that the weapon balancing took place yesterday. But first off, let's go ahead and hop right into the whole class adjustments. The heavy weapons got a buff, increased player movement speed by 5%. So instead of being 80, it's actually 85, which is kind of important, seeing that Advanced Warfare it's kind of built around speed, getting from one side of the map to the other as fast as you can. It's definitely going to help you guys out there that like to use the heavy weapons. The shotgun class actually got a buff also, a reduced spread while using gung-ho. So if you like to fire from the hip and use gung-ho, that's definitely going to help you out. I don't use gung-ho, so that's just not going to affect me. I like to ADS while using the shotguns. In my opinion, I think the spread is automatically smaller while using the shotgun, so I like to get more one-shot kills than having to put 2 to 3 shots into them. So that's why I ADS. But the first weapon we're going to be talking about is the AMR9, which you guys are watching gameplay of. You guys can see within the gameplay, I'm actually getting one burst on people, and I'm actually using the elite version of the AMR9 called the Dynamo, which actually has decreased range and decreased damage, but the actual stats of the weapon, there is no penalty on the damage. The only penalty is on the range. So if you guys have the Dynamo, go ahead and use it. You're not going to have any penalties on the damage. Trust me, I actually have figures within the game, and I'll put a link down in the description in case you guys want to check out the document that I'm reading it off of. But the AMR9 actually received a huge buff. It has increased damage, and also the time it takes between bursts, seeing that it's a 5-round burst, so machine gun, is actually been decreased. So you kind of can spray and pray with this weapon a little bit more, but you want to try to make sure your shots land, because as you see, I'm actually getting one burst on people with the AMR9 using the Dynamo. Of course, even though it does have decreased range, it does not have any downfall on the damage. It just has increased fire rate. And I was also using rapid fire on the Dynamo in case you guys were wondering what some of the attachments were. I think I was using rapid fire, extended mags, and maybe quick draw. I'm not 100% sure about that, or it might have been grip. I can't remember exactly the attachments, but definitely the AMR9 is one of the weapons you guys need to get out there and use. It's really good. If you have the AMR9 Dynamo, definitely slap that bad boy on there, because it's probably one of the best variants of the AMR9 out there. Another weapon that I want to pinpoint out is the SN6, which actually got a buff. It has reduced recoil. This thing is a laser. I have the SN6 Money, which gives you +1 accuracy, and without any grip at all, there is no vertical recoil. It just has a little side-to-side wobble. The SN6 is one of the best submachine guns out there right now. The SN6 doesn't have the potential to get a 3-shot kill, but it's one of the most accurate weapons out there now. Seeing that it does not have pretty much any vertical recoil, like I said, it kind of has a side-to-side wobble recoil, which is not that bad, so definitely use the SN6. The KF5 actually got a buff. The mid damage range was increased. I can tell the KF5 is a little better. I was using the Spanner. I think the Spanner is not the best. I don't really know which one I like the most, the Spanner or the Breakneck, but the KF5 is definitely up there with some of the best submachine guns. The ARX actually got a huge buff. The increased magazine size on it, I think that the magazine size is actually the equivalent to using extended mags without actually having extended mags, which is actually big. And there's been this theory floating around that they actually increased the fire rate for the ARX. I'm not 100% sure about that, but if they did, then the ARX is definitely one of the ARs you definitely want to get out there and use. The S12 honestly is one of the best shotguns right now. It has increased rate of fire and increased damage. While I was playing some hardcore yesterday trying to unlock some of the attachments for the Atlas 45 pistol, and the lobby was full of S12s. I was getting one shot from pretty far out. Granted, it was hardcore, but still the S12 and hardcore back in the day used to take like 3 shots before you could kill somebody straight up. You could also shake somebody's hand before you could kill somebody with the S12. So you guys want to try the S12. The ASM1 got a nerf. I kind of called this back a couple weeks ago with a tweet from Microcondry saying that the ASM1 was going to be nerfed. The initial fire rate was actually nerfed. So instead of, I think, the first 4 bullets firing, I think at 1,000, I can't really remember the exact number on the first 4 bullets firing, but they are going to be decreased now. So you guys can definitely notice that. I was using the Speakeasy yesterday, and the Speakeasy initial fire rate was a lot lower, but you can kind of compensate that with using rapid fire. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. A lot of people actually ran rapid fire on it anyways, but I think that this was definitely needed with the ASM1, because the ASM1 was honestly like the powerhouse of Advanced Warfare. Nobody was actually using the bow anymore. It was just ASM1 in the kill feed all day. But as of yesterday, I'm starting to see a lot more SN6s, a lot more AMR9s. You guys definitely need to use that. You don't know how good that weapon is now. And a couple of shotguns. I think the shotgun class actually is kind of usable now. The Bulldog didn't get touched with, but I don't think anybody really had any complaints about the Bulldog. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have used any of the weapons that I mentioned off there. Some of the more important ones. A lot of the other weapons got buffed, but I don't think that they were really important. Those were just more of the ones that I thought that you guys actually needed to know to get your hands on, to get out there and use them. Maybe to quit using the ASM1 and the bow over and over. You guys can get out there and start using the AMR9, the SN6, and maybe the ARX. I have yet to use the ARX now since it actually got buffed, so maybe I'll be bringing a live gameplay of that one and give you guys a final review of the ARX. But it's been a pleasure talking to you guys, and until next time, this Rising out. Peace.